How to become a Florida notary and loan signing agent. In Florida, you must be 18 years of age, a legal resident of the state, have your civil rights restored if you've ever been convicted of a felony, take a 3-hour mandatory state training course, public or private, approved by the Office of the Governor, or access the state course at the following link, which we've also linked in the description below. There is no exam, but you will have to take state training. So what are the steps? You'll need to contact a bonding agency, also known as a notary processor. You'll complete an application, purchase your surety bond, obtain an affidavit of character, provide a signed certification of completion of the state-required notary course, submit the application, commission, education fee of $39. The bonding agency will submit all items to the Department of State on your behalf, and if accepted, you'll receive your commission certificate and notary seal from your bonding agency, and your term will be for 4 years. While you're waiting for your commission, download your state notary handbook at www.flgov.com and read it cover to cover. We really can't stress this enough. You'll need to purchase a journal and start setting up your notary business. We highly recommend checking out the free Notary Success Map at notarystarscom for your step-by-step guide to your business setup. Now, if you want to be a loan signing agent, you'll need to purchase errors and omissions insurance, which we recommend $100,000 to $500,000 purchased through the National Notary Association. You'll need to take the National Notary Association signing agent exam, which is required by most title agencies, pass the background check for the National Notary Association, and start loan signing agent training. There are several training companies out there, but we would recommend taking Notary Stars and Notary Pro to get started. If you want more state-specific training, we would recommend Coach Me Laura. If you're interested in learning more about the notary and loan signing agent industry, keep watching this video for an exclusive tour of everything Notary Stars has to offer. Every notary can be a Notary Star. Hi there, my name is Ronnie Mickle, and I am the original founder of Notary Stars. I am here to show you around the website so that you make sure you get the maximum use out of our platform. I'm going to start by sharing my screen here. All right, so what I want to do is walk you through Notary Stars, but before I even walk you through it, I want to explain to you why I even started Notary Stars. First things first, as a notary myself for over a decade, I got tired of going to different sites like 123 Notary, Notary Cafe, Notary Rotary, and digging for information, whether it be on how to complete loan documents or who are the best signing agencies to work for or how to even market my business. I always thought it would be nice if we had a one-stop shop showing us where the information is. And I also got tired of digging through notary complaints. As you see, a lot of the older websites that are out there, there are forums where someone posts a question and anyone can post back on that question. I wanted to always get to the facts so I could kind of streamline my production as a mobile notary and loan signing agent. So I wanted to create a platform where notaries had a safe place to ask a question, find information, learn, and thrive in the industry. So first things first, when you sign up for Notary Stars, you are able to get a listing on the site. We have really amazing SEO power because there's power in numbers. So when you first sign up for Notary Stars, you get the ability to create a listing. Now, our listings are a lot different than traditional listings. We actually release our listings to search engines, which gives you a web page that you have a lot of control over. Now, I'm going to Google right now just to show you how powerful our listings can be. So if someone was looking for a notary in 85013, you'll notice that Google Business comes up first. But you'll notice on the first page of Google here is my Notary Stars listing. Someone can contact me from that listing, and on a higher level, you're able to put in your phone number, your website, all of that information, and you're able to get reviews and have other people contact you. You also get to expand your service areas when you're an upgraded member, and then it'll show any blog articles also that you've written, which can also help your listing. Now, when you first log into your dashboard, you're going to have the Are You a Notary Star video. This is actually the video that you may be watching right now that pulls you in, but you're also going to see a Maximize Your Listing video. This is a video that I created no matter what listing site you're on that will help you put in information to maximize your exposure first of all, on the internet, and then the return value. I highly recommend you watch both of these videos when you're getting started to make sure that you're getting the most out of your listing. Now, you'll look for these green contact tabs here. Anytime you want to update anything in your listing, you just click on contact details and you're able to enter in all of your information, your profile photo, and your logos if you're an upgraded member. I will tell you that notaries who enter an actual photo of themselves receive more calls and more business than those who upload a logo. People connect with someone that they can see. And when someone's looking for a notary, they're not usually looking for a company unless they're looking for a signing agency. This is going to help you get business direct if you use a photo here. Now, you'll learn all of these things in your Maximize My Listing video. I want to get right into what we have to offer at Notary Stars right after I tell you this. Underneath your contact details, it's very important that you put in your address, but you don't need to put in your street address. You only need to put in your city and your zip code. This is why most people are searching these days using the term notary near me. It's the #1 search term. You can check me on Google Trends on that. The #1 search term is notary near me. Google already knows where you are when you input something when you're looking for it. So when I go to Google, it automatically records your location. So let's just say notary near me. So it's going to start pulling up information near me, but it already knows where the user is. So you can see down here on the bottom of the screen, it's saying, okay, you're in this location. So it's going to go right to the closest available person. When you, in your Notary Stars listing, you do have the ability to add multiple locations under service areas if you're an upgraded member. And I strongly recommend that you use things. Now, I do have city level, county level, and postal codes in mind. And I do have more because I own the company. But I recommend that you use zip codes that are closest to you and the city names closest to you. So for instance, I live in Phoenix, but Arcadia is part of Phoenix. You can use Arcadia, you can use Phoenix, but I would use zip codes that I want to service within those cities because more people are going to find you if you're using the zip code level. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about on Notary Stars is our what we have available for free. We have a lot of information for you, whether you're a member or not. You can come to our Notary Success Map if you're brand new, and it takes you through a journey. Each one of these tabs up at the top here are a journey. And if you're a brand new notary, I highly recommend starting with our Notary Success Map. This is things that you need to do to set up your business. And it'll also give you warnings for different states to think about before you get started. And then there's also links to the NNA where we all have to start to get that certification test and our background check, get you linked over to them for the correct state. Now, when you first start your training, if you may not have a lot of money, and that is totally understandable. I remember when I started my notary business, I had no money. We have a free training section where you can get started with a glossary of terms. You can get started with general notary work, meaning certificate information like jurats, acknowledgments. We take you through everything you need to know about general notary work for free. Then we move you into a free basic loan signing agent training. Now, you're not going to be able to navigate the industry on this alone, but it will get you started and help you understand what you're getting into. And that is a document by document training. We do a buyer's file, half of a refinance. And then at that point, you probably want to consider joining us for expanded training. We have a once a month live event called Notary Stars Unlimited. It is a continuation of Primetime Notaries, which is now ended, but we started Notary Stars Unlimited. I highly recommend watching all of these videos. They're all free. We bring in trainers and experts from all over, and then we really zero in where you should be in your notary business that month. We even offer Zoom training that we have links out to videos that help you. These days, notaries are using online more than ever. So we are offering Zoom training, and we're looking on putting on basic computer skill training as well. We want to make sure that we're giving you the skills that you need in order to be successful in your notary business. Now, I want to talk about the members only training here. You do need to be a Notary Star in order to get access to this training. We have a little tab here, start your training, and then track your training. This is designed to go step by step, okay? We start you out with the basics of a buyer's file, seller file, refinance, but then we start adding information. So as you go through, you're going to move into a buyer that might be closing in an FHA transaction. You're going to move into what if they're closing in a trust. You're going to move into what if there's FKA language involved? What if there's AKA language involved? But we don't stop there. We also go over commercial loans, new construction builds, home equity lines of credit. We offer training on every loan product under the sun, including reverse mortgages. Now, after you get through module 6, that is when we start promoting you out to other signing agencies that may pick you up in order to use you as a signing agent. But I don't want you to stop your training there. You also need to continue on. We have the most common mistakes to avoid, which we keep updated yearly. And those mistakes do kind of evolve as time goes on and new documents come out. We also have notary scripts for you, things that you can and cannot say at the table, the best way to present a document. Our training goes page by page on every loan product under the sun. We teach through previously recorded videos, but we also offer live training. So if you need additional assistance, we teach that live page by page every single day of the week. Once you are ready, you can insert yourself into live training and ask an instructor real questions about real files or files that we've recreated to look exactly like real files. We're not using a lot of redaction here. You're going to see the page as if it would be right in front of you. We also talk about notary tech. We have burning questions. We have downloadable resources for you. A great example of this is how do you sign a power of attorney? You print that form out, keep it in your your notary bag. You can also download the 5 witness states. So if you receive loans from other states, which you will, you can have all of that information on file for you. We also have an application where you can access all of this information. I call it the Swiss Army knife of applications for notaries. So you can keep that with you close as well. The important thing is that you understand that education is ongoing as a notary public and loan signing agent. It's not just get a certification and go. Notary Stars is just one facet of an educational course to add to your resume. You want to add every training course out there, and we do introduce you to other training courses and other trainers out there as well that we believe in. We have a lot of them that have partnerships with us that come on and tell about their new courses so that you can learn how to build your resume as a notary. That's what this is all about, is getting your resume to be the one that's chosen out of a stack of hundreds and hundreds of resumes in your area. Now, we also train on RON. This is something that I wouldn't say is plaguing our industry right now, but it's a hot topic. And I hear notaries sometimes tell me that doesn't affect me. It's not available in my state yet, but I can assure you it's coming. Everyone should be aware of RON. It's really important on what platform you choose to use. How do you choose that platform? What are you looking for in the platform? And then there's mistakes that I want notaries to understand that are irreversible. You're now on camera. And as a little side note, we are all on camera now anyway, whether we know it or not. When you go into someone's house, if they have pet cameras, a lot of these pet cameras are high definition, pick up high quality sound, and how you're presenting the documents and what you say at a signing could be recorded and used against you. You may work in a state where they have to tell you that you're being recorded in order to use that. But for instance, in Arizona, I don't have to tell you if my house is on camera, and I can use that against you. All I have to do is make sure I don't have cameras in any changing rooms, and I can have the entire floor plan of my home on camera. I recently had experience where I had to use, not with a notary, but I had to use the video footage for a dog walker that I was using from my pet cameras. So you may be living in a state where no one has to tell you that you are on camera at the moment. Now, I want to keep going through what we have available on site, but the last thing I'll tell you about our RON is I'm teaching the path of least resistance, just like we do in the Notary Stars training. What I mean by the path of least resistance is if you do it this way, you're appeasing anything that could be thrown at you. So in our loan signing agent training, we always teach you to sign your name with comma notary public. Some states require you to do that, some states don't. But if you sign a loan out of state for a state that requires it, your deed of trust that you send back to your title agency or lender could get rejected just because you don't put comma notary public after your name. Same thing with RON. There are certain things that you need to be doing, especially while you're on camera, that we want to make sure you're aware of so that you don't get in trouble. And with RON, a lot of transactions are being reviewed before they actually close on it. So you do the transaction, but then the title agency or the lender is going to review that transaction before they actually close on it to make sure that those key points were hit. Now, certain companies like Amrock give you a script, and if you follow that script, that's what they're looking for. But other companies are not providing you a script, and it's not something that you can wing. So we even have script training for Ron. Now, we do offer marketing training for notaries as well. This is a hot topic this year, and I started the marketing journey well over a year ago. We have filmed probably a year's worth of footage, and in this course, it is an additional $24.95 to the Notary Star membership level. But my marketing course does not just tell you to go sign up with marketing companies or signing agencies. I actually teach you how to build your own website. I build one right in front of you to show you how easy it is. I teach you high quality SEO. These are the same things I use to market Unlimited Ink Notary, my signing agency, and Notary Stars. I teach you how to work Instagram, LinkedIn, Google My Business, Yelp, all of those facets. And then I also teach you some sneaky ways to get into the search rankings quicker than waiting 4 to 6 weeks after you make a change on your website. We also offer what we call an a la carte marketing course. If you know lots of things about digital marketing or direct business, you are able to purchase single components of courses under our a la carte marketing. But the point of this is we don't just teach you how to become a loan signing agent and how to work with anybody. We also teach you how to market to everybody. So we offer really a full service business management course at Notary Stars. It just depends on what level you want to enter at. Now, I have a notary resource section as well. This is my promise to our users that nothing goes on here unless I've spent my hard-earned money on it as well. I don't put a lot of products on here. I put the best products, and some of them may be a little pricey. Full disclosure, some of these we do get kickbacks for endorsing them, but I actually bought them before I take any kickbacks on them. I make sure that anything that I suggest to you to put your hard-earned money on, that I'm going to have tested that with my hard-earned money first. If there are products you're interested in, I'd love to hear about them so you don't have to spend your hard-earned money. Part of having a platform like this is I can take the profits, test out a product or something, and then put it on the site. Now, I'm not going to be able to test every printer in the world, but we are going to test a certain amount, get them on the site, and they'll be viable solutions for you. We do everything from printers, scanners, journals, banking for notaries, what to put in your notary bags, how to save on gas. All of these are here for you under the resources section. Now, the fun doesn't stop there. Now, before you start marketing your company, you're going to need to get experience, and you usually do that by working with signing agencies. We have a starter nationwide signing company list here. It's got about 50 companies on it that have a pulse in everybody's area of business or everybody's region. But then we have an expanded hiring list. Now, this is for our upgraded members. And in that expanded hiring list, you can start looking at local signing agencies as well as other nationwide companies that are not as big. We try to start you out with the best first. And then we do have a disclaimer here that our review system is really just like buttons because we don't want you posting anything that's going to come back and bite you. We live in an age where screenshots come in. You might say something about a company that you want to work with but weren't quite happy, but then another notary in your area that is your competitor could take a screenshot and send it to that company. And that is happening a lot these days. So we have our review system on lockdown and a reminder before you go in and review to just use the like buttons if you can, and if you have to post something, make it as professional as possible. Outside of the expanded, and in that expanded hiring list, there's over 300 or 400 companies that you can sign up with. We have a list of blacklisted signing agencies as well. These are notaries that companies that are so bad they can't be posted on SnapDocs or signing order. They usually call you direct. And here's a free tip for you. If you are contacted by a company that uses @Gmail, I always say if you can't afford a $2.99 domain name, sometimes a penny domain name at GoDaddy, you probably can't afford to mail me a check. So don't use that as your comeback. If somebody does write you from an @Gmail, it could be an up-and-coming starting signing agency that's going to turn into a massive one day, but you may use that as a red flag that I'm taking a risk here. Our blacklisted signing agencies have been handed down to us from notary management platforms and from notaries that have complained enough that we decided to update that list, and we keep it updated regularly. We have the same review platform for RON platforms. And by the way, in our RON training, we also have RON replays of interviews. So we actually interview RON platforms, and then they tell us everything we can. When we create a tear sheet for you so that you can inspect those RON platforms. So we're building relationships with these companies as well. We also offer information on field inspections and side gigs and things like that, because we know that in the notary industry, you may need to do some things from time to time to supplement your income. So we have those things available for you. And then one thing I want to point out is our community blog section. We take this very seriously. The community blog section is powered by the Notary Stars, but we do a lot of the writing behind the scenes. But we have always geared our articles toward where you should be in your business this month. Right now, we know there's been a hike in interest rates and a hike in gas prices. So I wrote 3 articles recently, 5 free tips on how to increase your notary work, how to make sure that you're navigating the notary resume sites, listing sites, and databases after the pandemic in a saturated market, and 5 ways to save on costs as a notary. Those are really important issues right now in our industry. So I want you to take advantage of those. Now, we do email those out once a month to a list of notaries, anybody that signed up for our newsletter, and to our Notary Stars. The biggest key is taking advantage of the information. These articles were put together literally from the bottom of my heart, because I understand what it's like. I'm very lucky. I own a signing agency. We have over 150 clients nationwide and growing by a client a week. But I also was an individual notary out in the field. So I think about these articles before I write them. There's not a lot of fluff in them. It really gets to the point. There's a lot of articles on here. One of our most popular articles is the Understanding the Fidelity Approval article. And then also the article about being blacklisted, because that's actually a thing. I take you through and help you understand how a notary can be blacklisted and what the levels of blacklisting are. So you really want to make sure that you visit some time under the community blogs and articles. And then we have also partnered with other companies that we are bringing their podcast here. So while you're driving around, you can access their podcast replays. Full disclosure, we've been putting Abraham Zamora's podcast on here for a while. He's called The Notary Entrepreneur. And we now have a great relationship with him, and I'm becoming his unofficial co-host. As of now, we're now planning out more and more articles, podcasts for you guys to listen to on the go. And these are going to be driven toward, tips on how to succeed in the business. He's also playing off the blog articles I write, but we also put TNT replays on here. So if you like TNT notaries from Bill Soroka and Laura Beaver, they send us over the replays of the audio only for those, and you can listen to those while you're driving. So I've taken you through the entire site of Notary Stars. The purpose of this video is to make sure that you understand that this site has a lot of information on it. It's my brain for over 12 years, Miss Beth's brain for over 21 years, and Travis's brain for a decade in the business and lending as well, all uploaded to one internet site so that you can navigate your way through it. And I want to just take a moment before I close this up and just let you know that there is no certification process at Notary Stars. We don't pass out certificates so that you can upload them. We do promote you out once you hit that amount of training, about 100 hours to 150 hours. We believe in continuing education as notary loan signing agents here. You cannot learn this industry overnight. I wish that you could. I wish I could just plug it into your head. There is so much to learn. So our pricing is at the, all in for Ron and Notary Stars is $25 monthly. And I intentionally put it at that price because you can train for 20 months at Notary Stars and still get more than any other training platform out there. You can train in the morning, you can train in the evening, you can train at night, and you get more, but you don't pay all of the money up front. You may decide in a year that this wasn't for you. You may decide in 2 years that you still don't know everything. We are there for you. You can do 20 months and have a mentor with you live. We train live Monday through Friday, but in addition to that, we have a phone number just for our Notary Stars where you can call no matter who you're working with and get support before, during, or after your signing. If you're working with a signing agency that never picks up the phone and you don't want to mess up the file, but you need an answer, we're here for you. We're open from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. Arizona time, but we really actually open at 5 a.m. and close around midnight. We use our signing agency hours. We just promote 7 to 10 Monday through Friday and select hours on weekends. But no matter where you are in your career, we have something for you on the site, and we hope that you'll enjoy this walk around and get the most you can out of Notary Stars. Whether you paid us $10 and you only used the free portion, or you're all in at $24.95 additional and paying $49.95 for the Notary Star Plus marketing, use it to the best of your ability. Get in there and go through everything on the site. And make sure as you go through and every file type you learn, add that to your resume. Every marketing video you watch, turn around and implement that. And that's what's going to grow your career, is building your resume. So thank you for letting me present to you everything we have on Notary Stars. This is our new onboarding video for everyone. And if you have any direct questions, please feel free to send them to help@notarystars.com, and we'll be glad to answer any of your questions.